Yo, MD, it's me. Hey, man, I ain't gonna make it to the party tonight, so y'all should just come through the studio. I'm still here, I'm still working. It ain't gonna really matter what time, just, regular club hours. Just come to the studio instead of the club. I'll be here. Alright, go.
It's a party in the studio. Party in the studio. In the studio. Party in the studio. We in the studio. Party in the studio. In the studio. Party in the studio. In the studio. Party in the studio. We in the studio. Party in the studio. In the studio. Party in the studio. I never wanna go, so I just party in the studio. Where my ladies at? Bring your dudes with ya. This where we snap shots. It's like the perfect picture. We got the lights low, but everybody high. You in the VIP lately in this booth, so am I. They on the strip though, and we in the studio. We be getting dumb drunk, then I be spitting stupid flow. Still makes sense, high past tense. Flow still climb like a rhyme on the fence. I'm that bitch and I don't take offense. Just turn me up and close those vents. He bring his own drink, I brought my own bud. Let me take a little sip, you can get a little hit. We gon' be toe up. She on the dance floor and I'm still on the baseline. She keeps spinning all her dough while you can hear me chase mine. Y'all on them Hollywood stars, I'm tryna be one, working Hollywood hard. I can't go home, I made it this far and your neck and dome bobbing way too hard. Got something for the people, that body bumping music. Ask for us at the club, tell them we up on some new shit. Party in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio. We in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio. We in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio. I never wanna go, so I just party in the studio. I'm on my third doobie, only the second verse. My people coming through, don't even bring your purse. Oh, wallet, please stop it. Enough booze here for the alcoholics. We ballin', big ballin', too much game for a ref to call it. Still down with OPP, so you bring your friend, better bring his own trees. Flow cold, better bring long sleeves. Go all night till the birds chirp me. Make you believe in what alert 'em really means. When music sounds this fucking good, the haters really can't say a thing. Be passing it to me, I pass it to MD. And Lou just passed out, cause he don't smoke weed. It's now a hot box, I think I took like 9 shots. Bosses, put your hands up, I see 5 tops. We at a private party, you in a hotel lobby. That's cool for you, but not for me, cause see my work's my hobby. They like she never out, she acting hella snobby. You know the story, they just mad cause they don't know nobody. It's a party in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio. We in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio. We in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio. I never wanna go, so I just party in the studio. Bottles pop like bra straps, tree spring no fall batch. Hot as summer in a ball cap, fresh gear all year more rat. MDB and amber treating bottles look like downloads, leaking phone blinking, barely blinking, still flow tight as naps. You sleeping on history I'm making. Spit flu light cause I'm sick of waiting. And when you wake I'm baking hot, been prepared for the taking. So when they question asking why do I never go, somebody let them know I'd rather party in the studio. My DJ set up in the booth and that's the cold truth. I keep the party poppin', you should roll through. No Skittles, just riddles for the copycats and dittos. All tryna be me, my littles. Unbreakable though and y'all seem brittle. On beat till I meet my goals. A whole lot of commas and a whole lot of O's. Getting yes in a world full of no's. Head super high cause your girl full of flows. Mad at me cause your girlfriend blows. And I just drove where California grows. In the hills, on my toes. The game's on lock, I'm knocking down doors. It's a party in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio. We in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio. We in the studio, party in the studio, in the studio, party in the studio. I never wanna go, so I just party in the studio.
Thank you. I'll see y'all at the hotel. Oh, we leaving. Play the buzz. Y'all doing?
Heavy. It's heavy.
We at it.
Yeah.
Amber alert. We at it. And we on. What are you doing, bitch?
Oh, y'all little tough.